Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Annie Lau. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. The government makes another attempt to amend the copyright law. A delivery worker is jailed for more than 7 months over online comments about police cadets. And the mandatory use of LeaveHomeSafe App triggers some murmurs. The government plans to update the copyright law 5 years after an attempt was withdrawn amid concerns among lawmakers and activists. In launching the new bid, the authorities pledged to balance the rights of copyright users and owners. The government is reviving the so-called Internet Article 23 after withdrawing the bill in 2016 amid filibustering in the legislature. A public consultation will be launched over the next 3 months. The amendment bill aims to tackle copyright infringement on the Internet, including streaming platforms like YouTube. As in the previous bill, parody, satire, caricature, and commentary on current events will be exempted. Also exempted will be the usage of copyrighted material for online learning, libraries, archives, and museums. There are no elements related to national security. Commerce Chief Edward Yao said Hong Kong has to act because it's behind many countries in copyright protection.
I think the very purpose of updating the copyright legislation is to provide the needed legal safeguards, preserving copyright, which is important for creative industries.
But some Internet users are worried about breaking the law with their secondary work as the categories that are exempted are not defined.
It's common in a common law jurisdiction not to define such terms in the statute book. The common sense will guide us how to make use of these exceptions, and we believe common sense will prevail. In case there is any dispute, it's for the party who felt being victimized to put the case to the court and ask the court to pass a judgment.
The latest proposals do not include regulations on illicit streaming devices like TV boxes. A delivery worker has been jailed for more than 7 months for saying online that he hoped police cadets would not graduate. His claim that the comment was meant as a joke was dismissed by the judge. Emily reports.
Defendant Yeung Wai-chun was told to deliver sausages to the Hong Kong Police Academy in Wong Chuk Hang in February last year. On his way there, he posted an Instagram story about the order with a caption that said, "I want all police cadets not to graduate." As a result, he was convicted earlier of criminal intimidation. In handing down sentence today, Eastern Magistrate Winnie Lau said some cadets had real worries about their safety and were concerned that they could not serve the public as they had wished to. She added the court has a responsibility to protect the cadets. Lau earlier rejected Yeung's defense that it was only a joke, ruling he had intended to intimidate police. She said even though the post only lasted for 24 hours, it could have incited hatred against police and sparked further acts that might have disrupted public order. Yeung was jailed for 7 months and 15 days and denied bail pending appeal. Lee, HKIBC.
Singapore's health chief has become the first minister from overseas to visit Hong Kong since the pandemic began. At a healthcare forum, he outlined how Singapore decided to live with COVID.
When we were going for almost COVID zero policy, there are not many places around the world with similar policy that we can open up to, because you need both sides to be of equal risk. Now we are about 30 infections per day per 100,000. We find that around the world there are many countries and places where infection level is about the same. So they become possible partners for us to open up to. And we hope that at some point, as we bring our infection down further, our bubble between Hong Kong and Singapore can be realized again.
Ong's visit came 3 months after travel bubble arrangements between Hong Kong and Singapore fell through. Singapore now has quarantine-free arrangements with 21 places, including Germany and South Korea, while Hong Kong is sticking with its COVID zero policy. The mandatory use of the LeaveHomeSafe app to enter eateries and entertainment venues has not been fully welcomed. Some residents said they will stop going to the cinema because of privacy concerns, while restaurant owners may switch to takeaways when the measure is enforced in 2 weeks. Emily reports.
It's become almost a reflex action, scanning the LeaveHomeSafe code on entry to many venues.
我哋做慣咗啦，因為我係喺泳池做嘅。
This woman said she's got used to it because working in a public swimming pool requires her to do it every day. Currently, there's still the option of filling a paper form, but that will be gone in 2 weeks' time. Starting on December 9th, the contact tracing app becomes a must for all premises regulated under the Prevention and Control of Disease Regulation.
點解人流好多嘅一啲地鐵啊、巴士啊，又唔使要填安心出行嘅？
Why isn't the LeaveHomeSafe app made compulsory for the MTR and buses then? This man asked, noting that they are usually crowded. He said he may stop going to the cinema due to privacy concerns. Also affected under the new mandate are eateries, like this Type A restaurant, which is not required to collect any customers' records at the moment.
如果真係實施咗，我哋唯有係。
The manager said it serves a lot of elderly people and school children who don't have smartphones, adding it may change course to do more takeaways or catering services. The new measure comes into force as Hong Kong tries to persuade the mainland to resume quarantine-free travel. Another plus for the city is that it has finally reached its vaccination target, with 70% of the population having received at least 1 dose. Ultimately, HKIBC.
An automated parking system in Tsuen Wan makes its debut tomorrow. The government hopes it will start to help alleviate the lack of parking spaces. Johanna Chan reports.
Tsuen Wan residents were puzzled by the recent appearance of 6 orange, grey and yellow structures at the junction of Hoi Shing Road and Hoi Kok Street. On closer inspection, the structures are seen to house an automated parking system. It's part of the Transport Department's drive to increase parking spaces.
We need about 6 parking spaces to install 1 module, but it will accommodate about 13 car parking space. That means the installation of this puzzle type automated parking system will double the parking capacity of that piece of area.
This car park has 78 automated and 167 normal parking spaces. Drivers who want to try out the new system when it opens for business tomorrow should tell the security guard. Parking should take about 1 to 2 minutes if there isn't a line. Visitors can tap a card, park, get out, and tap once again. And cars will be shuffled to their designated spot. Meanwhile,
people who want to claim their car can tap this card reader with their card, which is specially made for a specific spot. They can then walk towards the gate and wait to get their car.
When the gate opens, an alarm will sound off, but the operation will pause if anyone steps across the yellow line.
We may carry out some sort of survey to the driver using this automated parking system to see whether they are satisfied with this system. After we have gained the experience in that particular site, we will take forward about 6 more APS, that is automated parking system project.
A site at Pak Shek Kok and Tai Po is expected to open at the end of next year, followed by 5 others. Johanna Chan, HKIBC.
The Bank of China Hong Kong is marking the Beijing Winter Olympics by issuing special commemorative notes. The $20 notes will feature the Winter Olympic emblem, the Great Wall and Victoria Harbour. Single notes will sell for $138 each. 4-in-1 uncut notes will go for $388, while each set of 35-in-1 will cost $1,388. People can apply online or on paper forms from December 1st to 10th, but each buyer is limited to 5 single banknotes, 1 set of 4 and 1 set of 35. They will know if they are successful just before Christmas. The bank predicts a good response amid expectations that oversubscription could see the price rise in the secondary market used mainly by collectors.
And then will be a whole procedure to for the allocation of the once it's oversubscription. So it will be a fair and transparent procedure. There will be their freedom to handle all the notes, the bank notes that we collect. But we will ensure that the collection procedure will be smooth and in a safe way, and also cater for the measures for the COVID-19 countermeasures.
And coming up after the break. A man whose car plowed into a Christmas parade in the United States appears in court as the death toll rises to 6.